Alright, so today we are going to take a look at my Mystery Ranch Urban Assault 21 that I have set up for use as what I call my daddy day pack. So I purchased this back in late fall, early winter. They were on closeout at Sierra Trading for like 46 bucks. I've always wanted to try the tri-zip design as I prefer panel loaders, but I wanted something that was pretty slick external wise that didn't really stand out or scream tactical per se. I don't really like that. Grant you, most of my hiking packs being wolf gray with external webbing and water bottle pockets to some do appear that way. So that's why I was looking for something that when the kids and I are out in a more urban or family oriented setting, I guess you could say, I could have a pack that didn't really stand out like my other packs do. So found this, thought I'd give it a shot. I like the footprint. It does that job well. There's a few small features I don't really like. I'm not a huge fan of the strap systems on it. Don't really like that it has no strap management. You know, you got to tape your straps up. Didn't even come with the elastic loops, but that's minor. I can work through all of that, especially being I got it on sale. I don't know about full price if I'd have been real happy with it, but for the on sale price, I don't have a problem. So we'll go ahead and jump into this. At the top of the pack here, you can see we've got a top pocket. Right now it's empty. I usually try to leave those pockets empty so that I can stick extra stuff in there as the day goes on. You know, if we're somewhere that's got tickets that we need to cope up with, or parking passes, if I need to keep, you know, the kids pick up a little prize or something at a game, we can stick little stuff in there. So I always try to leave the top external pockets empty. You never know what you may have to stick in there. So we'll go ahead and open this on up. You've got your two zippers there, at which point you can open it up and it's like a top loader. Now I will disclaim there are a few things in this that are not 100% exactly how they're going to stay. The contents are the same in terms of the types of items, but some of the actual items themselves are going to change. For instance, this first aid kit, if you're not familiar with these, they are for $6 at Walmart. They are an awesome little kit that's got just about everything in it you need. So I keep one of those in there. I am going to trade this out into a Tough Possum gear pouch, which I will show, just because I don't like hard-sided stuff. Hard-sided stuff takes up room. They're hard to pack. But I keep that in there for my basic boo-boo stuff. We open this on up. The main thing I've got in here is water. Kids like to drink a lot. So I've got 3 water bottles in here. Now, these are part of the items that are not going to actually change or will change themselves. The kids have got circle bottles. They drink the flavored circle a lot better than regular water, but I don't have them here to demo, so I just grabbed some of my recons. And I normally don't run full 32-ounce bottles. We're normally places we can refill bottles, so I do typically run like 17 or 25-ounce bottles just to have something, take up a little bit less space in there. But those are, outside of that, that's pretty well what's going to be the same. In here, we've got the TPG med pouch, which right now has got my trauma blowout stuff in it. It's got some quick clocked C-Lux gauze. It's got some regular Z-fold, Z-fold. There's a thermal blanket. I've got just some regular tape, wrap. There's a trauma dressing, and then chest seals. This stuff is going to go in one of the Tough Possum 6x8 boo-boo pouches, because it'll lay flatter in the pack, and then I'm going to take these first aid contents and put in this pouch. Way more likely to need this boo-boo stuff than the trauma stuff. So the trauma stuff is going to go in a smaller pouch that'll tuck down at the bottom and leave this as the boo-boo kit that's a lot easier for people to see and grab a hold of. But I don't have a spare one of the 6x8 pouches right now to stick this in, so it's how I've temporarily got it set up. But you can see how that is where it will ride. spare tourniquet here. I carry a tourniquet IWB on my person as well. This will as well go in the 6x8 kit. I just stuck it there for now out of the way. So the rest of this though is the contents that will be in the bag. Over here I've got my snacks. I've got just a couple of the Great Value peanut butter energy bars. I really like those. I've got one of the liquid IV energy packs, if I can hold on to it, and then a regular liquid IV for my drink flavoring. This pocket here, I've got just a couple of spare lights. I've got a Phoenix EO3R V2 keychain light, and then I've got the Phoenix WT16R magnetic work light. You've got a regular flashlight, magnetic. Never know when you may need a light, especially some of the places we go. They've got little caves and things of that nature, crawl tunnels and stuff, so always handy to have some extra lights with you. I've got my Blue Ridge overland gear, my bum bag right here, so I keep it tucked in the bottom. As you can see, I've got some zip ties and some number 36 bank line right on there on the front of it. This pouch is more of my, I guess you'd say, urban survival stuff. I keep a spare pistol mag in there. I keep a roll of number 36 bank line. I think there's about 40 feet on here. And then inside of this, I've got, so those just sit down in here. I need to get a Velcro organizer to go along here to keep those looped in, but I don't have one right now. But I've got a Tough Possum Gear Skittles pouch. So what is in here is I've got a Silcock key for water valves. I've got a spare lighter with some duct tape. Just a little carabiner. And then I've got some dogging keys, as they're called, so you can lock or unlock the emergency push bars. Maybe a little paranoid, but you know, if something were to happen and you need to lock or unlock an emergency access door someplace, I'd rather have a set of dogging keys to be able to do it. Or if we're out somewhere and we need to access water in an emergency or even shut water off, Silcock keys are good to have. And then into the main panel itself, this is, I've already put a video out on it. This is a VanQuest SB01 three-pocket organizer. It's hook and loop back. This is just a board I've put together myself just to test out. I'm going to end up redoing this because this has worked out very well. So I'm going to redo this a little bit better. Probably use some contact cement and actually glue this onto a little bit stiffer board, but it works. Anyways, for the pouch itself, I've got in here snacks because my kiddos, which one of them is standing here watching me make this video, he can testify, they like to eat. Even if we get a good breakfast before we go out or we get lunch while we're there, they're always wanting snacks. So I just keep some granola bars, some fruit snacks, and then I keep just some flavor packs in there for them as well if we don't have their circle bottles. This pocket here, because everybody's got electronics these days that they like to play in the car, spare battery pack, and then just assorted cords. I do keep a spare 18650 in here for myself because I run for my EDC light power block for 110 dual outlet, and then I keep a spare car charger in there as well. So that is the contents of the electronics pouch. Down here we've got sunscreen. I've got a pack of flushable baby wipes. Those are like 99 cents at Walmart in the travel section. They work great. And then some hand sanitizer. I need to get a small thing of bug spray to put in here, and that'll pretty well wrap this up. So that is the gist of my, as I like to say, my daddy day pack. We will see how this video turns out. I am first time trying to run 2 camera angles, so I'm not sure how that's going to go. If you only end up seeing the overhead view, that's because it didn't go so well. Hopefully it goes well, and I got everything for you, but that's the gist of it. The UA21 itself, like I said, I really like the format of it. Few minor features I'm not a big fan of. I do wish somebody else had something this slick-sided in a reasonable price range. There are other packs out there that would work for this role, but they're substantially more money, and truthfully, I don't really like some of the layouts. I really like this or a clamshell because it allows easy access. It's quick, it's easy to load up, and I'm just going to go ahead and show that here. I mean, you can see real easy to put that board back in there. I can access all of this without taking it out. If I slide this out, I can get into that lower pocket, and I did stagger this in the form that I'm going to be using it. So typically snacks are the most, electronics are the second, and then the bottom stuff is more of we just need a refresher. You know, always sunscreen kids up before we go out places, so that's usually not needed. But if we're out for a while, you know, you always want to reapply, so I keep some with me. But then we'll just go ahead and load this back in here, and that'll pretty well wrap up this video. So put that up here, work this around. I got these wing pockets with those lights in there. I may end up changing that light out to something a little bit different and just kind of restructuring that so that last little bit zips up. As you can see here, this is pretty well full with that med kit. That's kind of why I want to change this around, but I've had this loadout the same, and we've gone on a couple trips with it. It's worked fine with a couple of smaller water bottles. So like I said, normally don't have these big water bottles in there. Normally I've got my smaller bottles, and that helps. So 17-ounce bottles will be dedicated to this bag instead of these 32s. But other than that, guys, yeah, that's my Mystery Ranch Urban Assault 21 Daddy Day Pack. One big thing I am going to be changing out though, while I'm thinking about it, is this sternum strap. I absolutely despise these. They're big, they're bulky, they dig into everything, they're unnecessary. I really like the VanQuest sternum straps. I'm probably going to see if I can purchase a set of sternum straps just from them to replace these. They're very low profile and hook on there. These big elastic hook things that they've got on here is just way unnecessary for this pack. I mean, in my opinion. So this is I think this is supposed to be a 21-liter pack by the name of it. So there we go. But as you can see, it just packs up nice and slim. It carries a lot better with that frame sheet in there I made. It does not carry very well without that, in my opinion, unless it's fully loaded. Right now with that frame sheet, I can pull all the water out, run it pretty slim, lightweight, and it works good, even only partially loaded. That was not the case before I made that frame sheet. But there you go, guys. Keep your knives sharp, your lights sharp. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching.